Good morning, and welcome to another edition of Have Faith, Let It Begin. Only this time, we're doing something totally different. For the first time since we've been on the air, we are going to recognize that in March is Women's History. Back in 1987, President Ronald Reagan and the Congress passed a proclamation in 1987 establishing Women's History Month. So today, in studio, it is my honor to announce that my two nieces will join me. We have Arianna and Bella, as today we honor Women's History Month. Have Faith, Let It Begin starts right now.
Hi, Daddy.
Ariel, can you say have faith?
Again.
On June 16th, 2018, a show designed for you, The Daily Commuter, went live. A weekly show all about faith. A show with motivational topics, inspirational stories, and personal testimony set out to change the world.
Hello, my name is Amari, and today we are back on another episode of Have Faith and Let's Begin. Hi, my name is Isabella, and you're listening to Have Faith, Let It Begin.
Hi, I am Mia, and you are listening to Have Faith, Let It Begin.
Welcome to Have Faith. Let it begin. Here's your host, Angel Santana.
Can you say have faith, let it begin? Huh? Yeah. Yeah? Daddy loves you. Daddy loves you. Ariel, can you say have faith?
Again.
Let it begin?
Again.
Say have faith.
Again.
Let it begin.
No.
No? Okay. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Have Faith, Let It Begin. But this time, I am joined in studio by two women that know me very well, and I know them very well. And for all of you out there, in case you don't know, in the introduction, you heard one of them when she said, "My name is Isabella, and you're listening to Have Faith, Let It Begin." So I'd like to first off introduce that young lady, because you know her voice already. Isabella, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
And Arianna, which we're going to get her to record, hopefully one day, the introduction. Arianna, also welcome to the show.
One day. Hi.
One day. So let's do this. A lot of people don't know your ages. So let's start with Arianna. Arianna, what's your age?
I'm 16.
16. Newly 16. Woohoo! And Isabella or Bella, what's your age?
I'm 13.
13. So we got a little age gap. We got an age gap, and I brought them on because I thought it'd be cool to actually ask you some questions and also have your input on what you think when you hear the expression. We'll just start off with that question. We'll start with Arianna first. When you hear the word Women's History Month, what does that mean to you?
Every time I think of that, I think of just like my mom. Anytime that word comes up, just like women in general, I always think of like the people that brought us here. So like my mom, and then our grandparents, Yeah. That's pretty much what I think about when it comes to.
It makes sense. The people
just
that
women and like the people that get things started. Yeah.
Yeah. The people that brought us onto this world. I totally agree. How about you, Bella? What do you think when you hear the word History Month, Women's History Month?
It's kind of like acknowledging women's rights and stuff like that. Kind of what Arianna said, like who brought us here. Yeah,
and that's awesome. Now, here's the cool thing, the cool factor. The reason why I like also bringing you guys on is because both of you have different, you have the same likings when it comes to singing and entertaining. But then when we talk about where you take it to the next level, Arianna, you are into dancing.
Yes.
And now, did I say that accurately, or is it? How would you actually preface that?
No, I'm a dancer.
Okay, ballerina.
Well, if you say ballerina, that pretty much means that I just do ballet. I do every style of dance, so you could just say dancer because that's like everything.
Gotcha. I didn't want to miss anything. And then, of course, Bella, you're into sports. What do you currently play?
I play basketball.
And I've actually been to both of your performances, whether it's been on stage, whether you were singing. Just recently, Arianna actually did the Star Spangled Banner And we'll talk more about that later, but it was very well done. And we'll also talk about your future projects as well. So let's dive right in. Let's talk about, well, you know what, since we just ended with dancing, let's start with you, Arianna. You had mentioned before we went on the air that there's a specific person you'd like to mention that inspires you a little when it comes to dancing. Who is that?
So dancing, pretty much, I think of Misty Copeland. Misty Copeland, she's the first African-American dancer that got promoted to be in the New York City Ballet. And that is most of the like the company is like Caucasian. So I was very inspired by like her movement and the way that she she put herself out there, and she really inspired young girls, like young African American girls, young Hispanic girls, to really like shoot for their goals and to really, just put themselves out there in general. And that's why I want to dance in my future. That's another, she has a big impact and effect on what I want to do in my future.
Wow. And she sounds like, I've never seen her perform, but, I was just reading up a little bit about her. She's, like I said, is an American ballet dancer from American Ballet Theater. At 38 years of age, she is the first, like you said, African-American woman to be promoted to principal dancer in ABT's 75-year history, which is altering. It's kind of hard to believe, right? That it took that long for someone of color to even reach that statue. But hey, you know what? She broke barriers. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's crazy. Of course, there are like many other African-American women, men too, that, auditioned to be in the ballet company. But, she's just amazing that like, you can't say no.
Yeah, and she's the one that inspired you. And that's why we're talking about it. We don't want to exclude the others, but we're bringing her up because that's somebody who inspires you. And you know what, if she's listening if she could listen to you right now, if you were able to say anything you wanted to her, what would you say to Misty?
I would just probably thank her for everything that she's done to like for the dance community and just impacting so many people's lives, whether she thinks she has or not. It's just like, it feels good.
I agree. And we're going to send that out to Misty Copeland, and hopefully she'll respond. And if she ever want to come on the show and meet you, I would be honored to put that together and get you guys, to meet up. And who knows, maybe you guys can exchange some dance tips. That'd be kind of cool. So, we were talking also offline with Bella. Bella, there's different sports out there. And I was telling Bella, I said, hey, I don't know if you know this, but there's now women, that are coaches in the NFL. There's now people little by little in certain aspects of sports that was a male dominated role. You're starting to see more women in the industry. But before we go there, you're a basketball player. How do you feel about like the WNBA and all these other sports? What drives you as a sports figure? Because you're going to eventually probably move into that direction. I mean, I don't know. Do you want to go pro? Where do you see yourself?
Well, I definitely want to play basketball in college, and like I want to play when I am older, but I'm not very sure if I want to go in the, WNBA, but it definitely is an idea.
And how do you feel the fact that if that is something you want to pursue, that now at your age, it doesn't end with college. Now you would actually be given an opportunity to go into the WNBA and be a possible Hall of Famer. I mean, how does that make you feel knowing that it doesn't just stop at college?
It's honestly crazy because, like many other girls have done it, just knowing that, other women have done it and like maybe I could do it one day is like crazy.
Yeah, and that's what it's all about. Yeah. Is there anybody in particular that and again, just for the record, I mean, I kind of sprung this on my nieces, and we're going to be doing multiple shows throughout the month of March. And if they're wanting to come on, they can come back. But, I kind of sprung this one last minute. So is there anybody in particular that you are inspired by? I know that we were all talking about another young lady that we liked. We like Billie Eilish. Right. And, do you want to say anything about that before I?
Well, there's no specific, person in the WNBA that I like. I mean, they're all pretty inspiring. So
yeah. And what do you both think about Billie Eilish?
I love Billie Eilish. Yeah. I'm obsessed with her.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. It's unhealthy.
What's it about her music? Is it her music or is it the whole package? What is it?
So basically, I know a lot about her because, again, I'm obsessed with her. So she's a very young artist. She started singing when she was 13. Her first song came out on SoundCloud, which personally, I had no idea what SoundCloud was until I found it, I found her songs off of YouTube, and she just started getting super, super famous, and everybody just started liking her music because it was so relatable, especially since she's a teenager, just writing her own music about, how she feels and the innocent mind.
Right.
And, now she's 19 with 10 or 15 Grammys, and she's literally insane. She's helped so many girls with their depression and just feeling lonely all the time, because Billie Eilish did fall into a horrible depression when she was 16 and she almost stopped dancing. She almost ended her life.
Really?
It's just it's crazy to me how I don't even know. It's just so crazy to me how inspiring she is to everybody.
Relate. Yeah, you can almost relate, but not maybe in that criteria, but you can relate because she's younger. She's closer to your age. She's 19. I'm 40. Well, I'll be 43 next week. But so I get it. You can relate to her. When I look at somebody like her, and I was reading up on her, and her being 19 years of age and achieving what she has achieved in such a very short time and having the fan base, I have stumbled upon her on YouTube, where I see that she actually listens to people that put on, singing, they'll sing, and she critiques them. And
yes,
and that's awesome. I don't think there's ever been any other, a singer or songwriter that I've ever seen that does that.
No, yeah, she just takes any time that she has and focuses on the people that, brought her up. Literally she wouldn't be here without the fans. She's always said that. So yeah, it's crazy.
Wow. Well, I mean, and I'll bring up what I think. I'm very impressed. For me, it's I don't really have a specific person other than, obviously, I agree with you with mothers and all that, but I'm more impressed with the amount of women in this country that have truly stepped up and have now, become congresswomen and just anything. And it's no level, for me, it's teachers. There's just so many people that have literally evolved over time. Listen, did I ever think that at my age, I'm sure you guys can say yes, but for me, I never thought I'd see a female vice president.
I was just going to say that. It's crazy to me.
That's amazing. Whether you like the parties or not, it's still a person that America voted. She's in, and we have to wish her the best of luck. And I want her to succeed, because if she succeeds, we all succeed.
Yeah, and it's inspires so many younger girls. Now they're oh, well, Kamala can do this, I can do it now too. It's an open book now for everybody.
And I'm drawing a blank. I don't know. Maybe you guys can help me. There was a young lady at the inauguration that did the poem.
Oh, yes.
Oh, and I can't think of her name real quick. I may have to go on my Google map real quick. But she's unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel bad. I'll have to get her name. Let's see who did. Now I got to stop for a second and look her up. Who did? This is what you call not being prepared. Did the poem? Here we go. I'll have it right now. Okay, let me see if I say this right. Amanda Gorman was the one that did the poem, and it was outstanding. I encourage everybody to take a look. But it's watching people of your age really step up. So, just wanted to bring it to the table. We're pretty much over our time for the day. I wanted to keep it short and sweet. Any last words that you want to talk about, or want to save it for next time?
I think next week is going to be good. We're going to talk about more things.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bella?
Mm-hmm.
We're going to get Bella
so
to talk
too.
more. Bella didn't talk more. Bella didn't feel like she was ready, but you did fine. And listen, you guys are not everyday podcasters, so I think you did very well.
Like you.
Thank you so much for being on the show, and as always, let me close it out this way. In life, as a person of it's a male, And at 43 years old, growing up, I've always believed, I've always been introduced that the man dominated the show. As I got older and I got wiser, and as time evolved, I've noticed, and I've worked with more and more managers that are women, I have learned that they are not only just as good, if not better, they're more efficient, they're more capable, and they definitely deserve to be paid the same, if not more, for what they do. So we leave this with everyone. I am honored to do a Thursday edition every Thursday in the month of March, honoring each and every woman all over the world. And if you have anybody that you want us to touch base on, email us at angel@halffaithletitbegin.com. Text message me, also FaceTime me. It doesn't matter. We will bring it up. With that being said, folks, I want to thank again Arianna for being on the show. Thank you, Arianna.
Thank you.
And I want to thank Bella as well.
Thank you.
And also, if you guys want to bring any of your friends on for the next episode, they're more than welcome. So we can extend the Zoom to as many people as we want. It'd be kind of cool. So everybody have a good day. And don't forget, have faith. Let it begin. Thank you for listening to another episode of Have Faith, Let It Begin. That's right, Ariel. We're done with another show. And it's always great to have this show with you, my love. You know, we're going to encourage each and every person to listen to our show every single weekday. That's right, you and I are going to help change the world. Do you think that you can do that for me? Huh? Yeah, you know you can. She does. We want to let you know, and yes, we encourage you to listen to our show each and every weekday, and it's going to be live at 7:30. Make sure you're subscribed to our show. Make sure you get ready, fasten those seatbelts, because Ariel and I and my family are going to bring you a new topic, a new story each and every day, right? Isn't that right, Ariel? Yeah. And she's smiling at me. Guys, enjoy your day.